Okay, good morning, readers. I've been having video trouble this morning, so it's taken me about 20 minutes to get things working here, but I think we're all good to go now, so I will get started. Today is release day for Dosed to Death, which is book number 3 in the Kenzie Kirsch Medical Thrillers series. If you enjoy reading about Kenzie and Zachary from the Zachary Goldman Mysteries series, then you will enjoy this one. If you haven't read anything else, that's okay. You can read it as a standalone mystery as well. So, with Thanksgiving coming up, you might want to know that this book does take place at Thanksgiving. So, you can enjoy the season while you read it. And it's also a snowbound mystery, as you can see by the quote at the side right now, that, yeah, Zachary and Kenzie, they're going off on a resort vacation, but they're going to get snowed in. And you know it's a medical thriller, so you know what's going to happen next. All right. I am going to read to you from the first chapter, and then you can go on over to my blog for the links to buy Dosed to Death and a bunch of other new releases that you might be interested in as well. So you can stock up for Thanksgiving and read a few new releases in this genre. Okay. How's it going? Kenzie asked Zachary, poking her head into the bedroom to see whether he'd finished packing. Zachary was sitting on the bed looking at his duffel bag. It didn't look as if he'd made much progress since the last time she'd seen him. She cocked her head to the side. Tired? She asked sympathetically. Zachary raised his head to look at her. His face was painfully thin, eyes dark hollows. He attempted to hide how sunken his cheeks were with the dark stubble, but she could still tell. The antiviral protocol that the two of them had been through had been much harder on him. Kenzie was feeling pretty much her old self. She just tired a little faster than usual. But Zachary had already been sinking into his annual depression and didn't sleep or eat well, so it had really taken its toll on him. But better thin and tired than dead. I just don't know if I can do this, Zachary said. Kenzie had already taken care of everything else. The only thing left for Zachary to do was pick out the clothes he wanted to wear for the holiday and throw anything else he wanted to take along in his bag. Once they were at the resort, he could rest and sleep as much as he needed to. They had a cabin to retreat to that was separate from anyone else, so they didn't need to worry about thin walls or people being aware of their comings and goings. They would have both the privacy they needed and socialization activities to boost their spirits. Rather than criticizing him or telling him to just focus and get it done, Kenzie entered the bedroom to see if there were anything she could do to help. Do you know what you want to wear? He looked at his flat bag listlessly. No. Does that mean you don't care? Can I just pick some stuff out for you? Zachary rubbed the back of his neck. Yeah, sure. Kenzie went through Zachary's drawers and his side of the closet to pick out a few outfits, folded them neatly, and set the piles into his bag. There. What else? Do you have your meds? Yes. Kenzie opened the toiletries case to see what was in it. Comb, toothbrush, razor, and a few bottles of pills. She checked the names on the sides of each and didn't think he had everything he needed. She left the bedroom and went down the hall to the main bathroom, which was the one Zachary usually used, leaving the ensuite bathroom to Kenzie. She opened up the medicine cabinet and looked through the remaining pill bottles, picking out a couple more that Zachary probably couldn't go without for a week. She grabbed his deodorant, toothpaste, and glanced over the toiletries for anything else he might need that the resort wouldn't have on hand. She returned to the bathroom and added the items she had picked out to his toiletries bag. Zachary watched her and didn't comment. What else are you taking? Your computer and phone? Anything else? Computer, Zachary echoed. It's in the living room. Let's go grab it, and you can tell me if there's anything else you need. She picked up the duffel bag. Zachary took a few extra seconds to consider this, then pushed himself to his feet. He took the bag from her as they walked to the doorway, and Kenzie let him. She didn't know whether he was being chivalrous or just didn't want someone else touching his stuff, but it didn't matter. It was good he was taking some part in the preparations, however small. In the living room, he put his bag down on the couch and picked up his laptop computer, which was sitting closed on his mobile desk, and put it into his soft-sided briefcase beside the couch. He picked up the cord, unplugged it from the wall, and carefully coiled it up to add to his gear. Kenzie stayed back and watched him gather the peripherals he wanted, an external drive and mouse, a couple of notepads. He stood there looking at his desk, again grinding to a stop. Is that it? Kenzie prompted. I don't know if I can do this, Zachary said again. Do what? Kenzie had assumed that he meant he couldn't do the packing on his own, but since he was now packed, she wasn't sure what he meant. Just this whole thing, going to this place, being around other people, leaving my business behind when I've already been neglecting it because of this virus protocol. You wouldn't be able to do it if you were here anyway. You still need more time to recover. Just because you're out of the hospital, that doesn't mean you're 100% better. What about after your car accident? You couldn't go right back to work a couple of weeks after that, could you? No, but that was different. I had a lot of rehab to do. I couldn't physically do the work. And how is that different from now? You're not being weak or lazy. You're recovering from a virus and treatment protocol that could have killed you, just like that car accident. Your clients will understand that you can't service them right now. They will wait or go to another private investigator, or Heather will help them out with what they need. And when you're feeling better, you can get back to it. Heather can't do everything. She's not trained. She doesn't do field work. I know. I said they could go to another PI if they need to. If they just need backgrounds or skip tracing or other computer stuff, Heather can do that. He scratched his head. Yeah, you can't work like this. And if you're out of town, people will get that. Everyone takes vacation now and then. It's not healthy to work all the time. Most jobs will wait a couple more weeks until you're ready. I thought this vacation was only a week. Yes, the vacation is only a week, but I don't think that's going to be enough time for you to recover enough to work cases again. I can do some, maybe not everything, but I can start doing some work, can't I? I'm not the one dictating it. That will depend on your body. Zachary started to sit down on the couch. Kenzie stepped forward and picked up the duffel bag. Don't get comfortable. Let's get the car loaded up. He took the bag away from her firmly, then bent down and picked up the laptop bag as well. Which car are we taking? It was always a fight to see who got to drive. Zachary enjoyed driving, especially on the highway, where he was able to zone out and let go of his usual anxieties. Kenzie loved getting out in her baby, a sporty red convertible, but she had decided that they would take Zachary's nondescript white compact instead. It was better in the fall weather in Vermont, which was supposed to be taking a turn for the worse in the next few days. And she wanted to give Zachary that time to drive, to get out of himself and be in the zone for a while. It would help him as much as any vacation. She also preferred not to have her baby sitting outside unprotected when they were at the resort. It was safer in her garage. Yours, but you have to watch the speed limit. Which meant he'd better not go more than 10 miles or so above the speed limit. Zachary preferred to way too fast for Kenzie's comfort, at least when they weren't racing against time to stop a viral outbreak. Zachary brightened a little at this news. He hefted his bags higher and headed to the front door. Kenzie grabbed the food bags from the kitchen and her suitcase from the hall and followed him out to the car. Zachary had the trunk open and carefully stowed his bags, then took Kenzie's from her and fit them in. You aren't taking a computer? He noted. I'm on vacation. I've got my phone and tablet for simple emails or looking things up. I've got some books I intend to read and I'm going to participate in some of the group activities and spend time with you. No work. He considered this. They do have Wi-Fi, right? Yes, they have Wi-Fi. I don't know how fast their internet service is, being up in the mountains like they are, but there is internet, and you could always hotspot to your phone. Maybe I should have bought some extra data. You can do that later if you need to. You don't have to be home to do that. Now, is there anything else? Last chance. Zachary gazed back at the house. His eyes were far away. She didn't know what he was seeing or remembering. Yeah, I'm fine. Got everything. All right, so that is the beginning of Dosed to Death. You can pick that up and some other new releases on my blog post today. You will see the links below. All right, talk to you next week.